You know, in the vast universe of language, it's funny how some of the tiniest words can hold the greatest power. We're about to look at a little two-letter word in Spanish that seems to break all the rules, but not to cause trouble. Oh no, it breaks the rules to give you a kind of superpower. What if that one word could let you travel not just through space, but through time? Well, that's exactly the story we're about to get into. And hey, before we begin, if you enjoy stories like this that unlock new ways of seeing the world, please go ahead and follow the channel and share this. It really does help this community grow, and it lets me create more of these for you. All right, let's start the journey. So meet our protagonist. This is ir. In Spanish, it just means to go. And on the surface, it looks pretty harmless, right? You can use it just like this, in its pure original form. Something like, necesito ir, I need to go. Simple. But this tiny verb, it's hiding a massive secret. Okay, so here's the deal. Ir doesn't play by the same rules as everyone else. As one of our sources puts it, he's kind of a little troublemaker, wants to do his own thing. And you want to know why? Well, most Spanish verbs have an ending like r or er that you can just snip off to add a new one. But ir is so small. I mean, if you take away its ending, there's literally nothing left. It had to invent its own way forward. And that officially makes it an irregular verb. It just doesn't follow the standard playbook. It forges its own path. So to survive, to actually be useful in the language, ir had to develop a whole set of secret identities. And this is where it gets really weird. For some reason, they all start with the letter V. The very first identity it puts on is voy. This is how it says I go or I am going. And just look at that strange oy ending. It's completely unique. A perfect disguise, right? And when it needs to talk to you in a casual, friendly way, it morphs again, this time into vas. And for he, she, or even the more formal you, it becomes this sleek, simple va. He goes, she goes, you go. And here they are, the whole crew, all the disguises laid out together. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. Each one is like a key, a specific identity for a specific person. They might look totally different from each other, but they all share the same soul, the same origin, our little verb, ir. So, now that it's armed with these new identities, ir can finally start moving through the world. It can actually ask you a question directly, like this. Adónde vas? Where are you going? And notice that word, adónde. It's not the same as dónde. See, dónde asks about a fixed location, like, where is the bank? But adónde has that little a in the front, which means to. It implies movement towards a destination, so it's the perfect partner for our verb of motion, ir. And because of that, you can answer, voy al banco, I'm going to the bank. And check this out, here's another clever little trick. Instead of saying the clunky a el banco, Spanish just smooths it out and combines them into al. It's all about making the language flow. So now we can build on that. Vamos al supermercado. We're going to the supermarket. With every new place you can name, the world you can talk about just gets bigger and bigger. You're literally building a map with your words. But what if that's not even the most interesting part of this story? This is where our whole story takes a huge turn, because our little verb, ir, has been hiding its biggest secret this whole time. What if its real, true power isn't about moving through space at all, but about moving through time? Just think about how we talk in English all the time. We don't always say, I will study. More often than not, we say, I am going to study. We use the verb go to project ourselves into the future. Well, guess what? Spanish does the exact same thing, and ir is the key. And it's all unlocked with this one simple, almost elegant formula. You take the right form of ir, you add the little bridge word a, and then you tack on any other verb in its original pure form, the infinitive. This isn't just some grammar rule. This is basically the code to talk about the future. And look at how simple this is. Step 1, pick the right disguise for ir. Voy, vas, va, whichever one you need. Step 2, add that tiny but absolutely critical word a. And step 3, add whatever action you're planning to do, like hablar, to speak, or comer, to eat. That's it. You are now officially a time traveler. Let's see it in action. So you have a plan, an intention to study, you just grab your identity, voy, add the bridge, a, and the action itself, estudiar. Voy a estudiar. Boom! You just spoke a future event into existence. And it works for anyone, for any action. Van a entrar. They are going to enter. The formula is always the same. It's reliable. It's powerful. And this gets to the absolute heart of it all. Ir isn't just a verb of movement. It's a verb of intention, a verb of possibility. It's the word you use to declare what you plan to do, what you hope to achieve, and really, who you are about to become. So just think about that for a second. That tiny two-letter verb, the little troublemaker who couldn't follow the rules, the one who had to invent its own secret path, it did all of that. So it could give you one of the most incredible tools in any language. The rebel verb just gave you the power to speak your own future into existence. Which really just leaves us with one final question. Now that you have this power, what are you going to do? If this story moved you or made you think a little differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And make sure to follow for more stories that unlock the world.